Well, I am homeless in the threatening. I have poured water over my head because I don't afford it. I don't afford to be here. My hair is like uneven. It needs to be cut by a professional who would cut my hair because I'm me and you still want to charge me money and you want me to give you money that's from somebody else. Like I'm still not old enough to bank for myself and tell you that I don't have the money and I still need what I need anyway. I don't have any money in banking. I am none higher than he deceased right here. So, afterlife review of the charges for things that I used myself or things I needed for myself or for myself's moving around transportation. I would like for one central accountant to be in charge in front of superior founder that is moving the creation around myself at that point. So I'll be seated in a chair and I won't have a problem. And I need the one accountant who says they know who paid for what I needed at the time while I was alive. Who paid for it with their own money, because I will appear deceased and that I have zero money in the bank in my name to pay charges. I need to appear that, let's say first. I will appear that first, that I have zero money in the bank in my name to pay charges. That means if there's money in the bank in my name, it's due to be frozen in the bank. And I have no way to say that because you're moving other money in the bank. So if I say I freeze the money in the bank and you just move the money in the bank and start paying charges in public for myself, well, you're not myself. So I need a central figure who is an accountant. And I could say that it would be Donna, my mom figure, Donna, Y period for Yampole and Moser as the last name. I could say she is the accountant, but I can't because she cut me off by stopping payment of the charges. She paid the charges, most of them, from year 1980 through 1995. But then from 1995 through 2025, she did not pay the charges. So who replaced her? Because it's not me if you're asking me for the money from somebody else. I realize that youth have this problem that they have adults who drive a car who pay for youth who are in the car as passengers. I realize that. But I am none higher than he deceased right here. I'm really just speaking of myself at this point. Well, you have a problem of that, let's say after year 1995, there is not a central figure who knows who's paying the charges because I don't have any money in the bank and they're using their own money from their own credit lines and banking to spend that money on charges for things that I am using myself. And if you don't have a central one figure who would be taking over for that, Don and Mom is not paying those charges anymore. And Dad, of course, he paid some things like traveling. He paid and a little bit of restaurant food. But I have that I need a central accountant after Don and Mom, and they would have to step forward and say they are going to take over the charges. That means you don't even have God in that. Somebody would be doing that for myself, and they would know whose money. If it was an accountant, like an accounting firm, they would know if it was the accountant's money, or if it came from the firm, or if it came from a contributor from somewhere outside the firm that was using the firm as a like not employed in the firm, but if they were outside using the firm as not like a customer, but that you go there about taxes. So if you are doing that for me, that is you needing to have that organized in advance of year 1995. Yes, but you have sex offenders organized in advance before 1995. Yes, sex offenders don't have money to pay charges. Yes, but I am none higher than he deceased right here. I am not capable of fuck against myself, and I am myself. It is fuck because you are against something that is over yourself. There is none higher than me right here. There's nothing over myself I can offend, although there is God in heaven, which is above there. He's like up there. Yes, that's true. Is he offended? I would be the one who would say I am offended by something that's going on in heaven. Is why I'm alive here in this Godhead. That is you trying to say that none higher than me is up there and I am lower than that. You don't know my order. So if you have more than one person paying charges for myself, what are you going to do about Donna and that somebody who's not Donna is paying charges for myself with your own money? That is you having, if you're not Moser, last name Moser, I don't have interest in your last name paying the charges for myself. It needs to be an accounting firm. I don't have a live that way. There's no accounting firm that took over for the last name Moser. You have a problem called Charles Toe paying charges for me, but that is not a plan. That is Charles Toe occupation of where I live, and he is trying to, I don't know, because I don't understand him particularly. I am deceased. He tortured me, but that's my overlord that is disturbed by Charles Toe. I am deceased. Charles Toe approximately angry with something that died against himself. And he took it a little too personally because I died deceased is against everybody who's not myself with myself, including I died against heaven above that was creating the housing for myself with occupation of strangers inside the housing. Why are they not outside the housing? Because they cannot break the house while I am in it. They give me a nervous breakdown. That's my overlord, and I can't take it. My overlord had a nervous breakdown because you were occupying my housing. I cannot take it. I'm going to say no to that with myself deceased. I will just be deceased out of it, and you will see what that is. You will see when I'm not there what is left there and what you are mixed with. And it's not me. I am not a house. I am not my house. That is the one big problem. I am not my house. And after that, I am not a house, all the surrounding houses and all the houses everywhere and internationally. And I am also not a building. I am not a car. I died of these things. You are going to find that you are again caught with illegal alive property. That's what I find, that the house was illegally alive in a stack. The house that was alive in was stacked 3 levels: basement, entry level, and upper level. And I did not do that to the house with myself. It was like that. I found it like that. You cannot come in and occupy the house and break it. It's already broken maximally. That's how I am in it. Well, you are going out of alive for that reason. You are going to be holding, the word is keeping when you are alive, but when you are deceased, you are going to be still caught with that you stole the property. You mentally stole it. I get that. But you are on the outside in that scenario. You live outside with the yard birds and the squirrels and the rabbits out there. You don't live inside of my housing. I'm not going to help you with that.